You know someone like this. Maybe you are them. The one whose digital presence is a ghost, an empty profile picture, a name with no stories attached, no highlights reel, no trail of tagged photos from last weekend. They exist. You're sure of it. You've shared coffee with them, heard their laugh, echo in a real room. But online, they are a whisper. A blank page in a library where everyone else is screaming their autobiography. We are conditioned to see this absence as a void, a lack, a failure to participate in the grand, chaotic theater of modern connection. But what if it isn't a void? What if it's a space? A quiet room they've built for themselves, away from the noise. In a world that equates visibility with value, their silence is a strange, almost defiant act. It makes us uncomfortable. We wonder, are they okay? Are they hiding something? Or do they know something we don't? This isn't about being anti-social media. That's too simple, too reactionary. This is about something deeper. It's about a psychological shift, a quiet rebellion against the relentless demand to be seen, to be validated, to perform. Think about the architecture of our digital lives. Every post, every story is a small bid for attention. It's a carefully constructed piece of a persona, sent out into the void with a silent plea. See me, acknowledge me, like me. This isn't just social interaction, it's a powerful behavioral loop. Each notification, a like, a comment, a share, delivers a tiny, fleeting pulse of dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. It's a short-lived high that leaves you wanting another hit. Posting isn't just sharing. For many, it has become a form of auditioning for an audience that never stops scrolling. The person who doesn't post has, either consciously or unconsciously, stepped outside of this loop. They are not chasing the dopamine. Their sense of self is not tethered to the fluctuating approval of a digital crowd. This isn't born from arrogance or a feeling of superiority. Often, it comes from a place of profound self-restraint, a quiet understanding that the validation they seek cannot be found in the fleeting glow of a screen. It's a form of psychological ownership over their own narrative. When you don't broadcast your life, your experiences remain yours alone. A beautiful sunset isn't a potential post. It's just a sunset. A moment of quiet joy isn't content to be captured. It's a feeling to be inhabited. The memory isn't filtered, cropped, and captioned for public consumption. It's preserved in its pure, unedited form, a private treasure. This privacy isn't loneliness. It's a form of intimacy with yourself. Consider the cost of constant performance. The pressure to present a polished, successful, perpetually happy version of yourself creates a gap between your curated online identity and your real, messy, human self. This gap is a source of quiet, pervasive anxiety for many, a modern form of cognitive dissonance. The person who abstains from this performance is not hiding from the world. They are refusing to hide from themselves. They choose to live a single, integrated life, rather than managing two separate identities. As we think it over, perhaps their silence isn't an absence of voice, but a commitment to a single, authentic one, spoken only when it matters. They find their connection in textures, not pixels, the warmth of a hand, the cadence of a real conversation, the shared silence with a friend across a table. These are high-fidelity interactions, rich with nuance that a comment section can never replicate. They haven't given up on connection. They've simply chosen a different, more demanding, and perhaps more nourishing form of it. They are not less connected. They are connected differently. They understand that attention is a currency, and they are careful about where they spend it. In an economy of distraction, their focus is their most guarded asset. They are not consuming the lives of others in a frantic, endless scroll. Instead, they are investing their attention in their immediate reality: a book, a craft, a thought, the world right in front of them. Their stillness is not stagnation. It is a form of deep concentration. You might see them as withdrawn, but what if they are simply present? Present in their own lives, in their own moments, without the need for an audience to bear witness. They've discovered that the act of observing their own life is enough. The experience itself is the reward, not the subsequent performance of it. They don't need to prove they were there. They know. This quiet refusal to participate is not a judgment on those who do. It is a personal choice, a different way of moving through the world. They are the keepers of unshared moments, the custodians of private joys and silent sorrows. Their inner life is a landscape unmapped by geotags, a story told without hashtags. They have stopped needing to be seen to know that they are real. Their existence is not a performance. It is a quiet, steady, and deeply felt presence. And in a world of noise, that silence speaks volumes. It's a sacred preservation of the self. They've untangled their self-worth from the algorithm. A philosopher once noted that much of our anxiety comes from being more concerned with our reputation in the minds of others than with our own reality. The person who doesn't post has instinctively understood this. They are practicing a form of modern stoicism, focusing only on what they can control: their own actions, their own thoughts, their own inner peace. The opinions of a faceless crowd, fluctuating with the trends of the day, are outside of that circle of control. So they let them go. This isn't to say they are immune to loneliness or the desire for connection. They are human, but they satisfy that desire differently. Their social circle might be smaller, but the connections are often deeper, built on shared presence rather than shared posts. A long phone call replaces a flurry of DMs. A weekly dinner is their version of a group chat. They trade the breadth of 1,000 online friends for the depth of a few real ones. It's a choice for quality over quantity, for substance over spectacle. Think of it as a form of sensory discipline. We are bombarded with information, with images, with the curated happiness of others. This constant influx can dull our own senses, making our own lives feel bland in comparison. This is the dark side of connection, a constant state of comparison that can subtly erode our own contentment. The person who doesn't post is protecting their perception. They are safeguarding their ability to find wonder in their own unglamorous reality. The simple meal, the walk in the park, the ordinary conversation. These things retain their magic because they are not constantly being measured against 1,000 other polished moments online. Their invisibility is a form of strength. It takes courage to be quiet in a world that screams. It takes discipline to be still when everyone else is running. It takes a strong sense of self to exist without constant external reflection. They are not defined by what others see. They are defined by what they do, what they think, and who they are when no one is watching. That is their truth. As we think it through, we realize they are not missing out. They are choosing a different kind of participation. They are participating fully in the unbroadcasted moments that make up a life. They are collectors of memories that will never be converted into data, curators of an inner world that is rich and private and entirely their own. They haven't rejected the world. They have rejected the mirror, the endless distorted mirror of social media that reflects back a version of ourselves we are constantly trying to perfect. By putting down the mirror, they are finally able to see themselves and to see the world around them, not as a backdrop for a photo, but as a place to be lived in. Their legacy is not in a digital archive. It is etched in the memories of the people they have truly touched. It is in the quiet influence of their presence, the calm of their demeanor, the depth of their listening. They remind us that a life is not measured in likes or followers, but in moments of genuine connection, in acts of quiet kindness, in the peace of being truly, authentically, yourself. They are the quiet ones, the observers, the ones who are living, not just documenting. They are the proof that you can be whole without being seen, that you can be connected without being constantly plugged in, that you can have a rich, meaningful life that exists almost entirely offline. They are a quiet question mark in our hyper-visible world, and their silence invites us to ask ourselves a powerful question. If you stopped posting, if you erased your digital footprint, what would be left of you?